Yeah, those are 3 days last week. Thank you. Your time, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Reyes.
Pause right here. That warning is no joke. The judge just laid out a lifetime consequence. Imagine carrying a scar on your record forever, even after death. Would you take a plea deal knowing it's truly permanent?
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand, sir, that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life, even there after you die. And this is important because you.
Pause right there. Did you catch that warning? The judge just made it crystal clear. One more slip up, and this gentleman could be facing a minimum of 90 days behind bars. This isn't just a formality, it's a legal hammer hanging over his head. What do you think? Should repeat offenders get harsher penalties, or does everyone deserve a second chance?
If you get pulled over and an officer's going to see this, they smell alcohol or dope, what do you think they're going to do? What we're doing today, the proverbial slap on the wrist, now you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So be careful because time served, you understand. I mean, it's a minimum of 90 from now on. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement.
Notice how the judge carefully lists every single right the defendant is giving up. This isn't just legal jargon. It's basically the judge saying, once you lock this in, there's no Control plus C, no undo button.
You give up the right to a trial. You compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, possible immigration consequences, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. We'll go on your record. It'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty and I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I have to suspend your license, so I will suspend it for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. And good luck.
Judge, his license, not be suspended. It's been suspended for over 220 days already.
Have to suspend it, right? If you want credit for the ALR suspension, why has it been suspended for so long?
I am not very sure. He just spoke. I'm filling in for his place. In place. So he. Well, part of my PR bond was not to drive and use both my privilege to drive. So
well, there's a reason. Usually, if you don't have a license, you don't have insurance.
Here's where it gets interesting. The crash details explain why the court takes license suspension so seriously. It's not about paperwork. It's about public safety. Do you think suspending licenses actually prevents accidents, or do people just keep driving anyway?
So like over a 0.15.
No, I never take someone. There's have to have been an aggravating factor as to why. I don't just willy-nilly take someone's ability to drive away because I take it really seriously. You know, if you're driving in a manner like going over 100 or a prior DWI or with an open container or something like that. What happened in this case?
So in this case, officers were dispatched to a crash in Harrison, Texas, and they arrived and observed the vehicle with front end damage that had hit an apartment complex entrance gate and wall
Do
building.
you have a license?
I have a license. Valid license and liability. Part of my bond was, you suspended my license in order to drive.
Oh, you know what it was? You had an ALR suspension. That's why. Your license was suspended. Have you paid any kind of reinstatement fees? Then your license is suspended now. Whenever you get a DWI, you have two cases against you. You have this case, you also have an administrative case versus DPS. And if you don't take care of the administrative case, DPS suspends your license and remains in suspension until you go and actively take care of it to have it reinstated. One of those things that you have to do is pay a reinstatement fee of around $125. So until you do that, it remains effectively suspended indefinitely until you take care of it. What we do is we bring you back in to apprise you of the fact that your license does become suspended and that if you drive, you're in violation of these bond conditions. So I'm trying to help you, believe me. You know, I'm not. So do this. Go get your license reinstated. Go to DPS. Show me that you've got it reinstated, and we can run so that you I'll give you credit for the time that you've had your ALR suspension. I'd rather have you driving legally than, driving illegally, right? So go get it reinstated, because what we need are the dates of suspension for the ALR. If you have that, we can give it to them and give you the credit.
Um,
But don't just start driving now. Your license is still suspended. Alex, can you run it? You mind?
Not eligible, and the most recent we have is the ALR.
See? It's the administrative license revocation suspension that you get from DPS. You got to go call DPS, and they'll tell you what to do to get it reinstated.
all right. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, please.
Hey. Apellido? Macedo. Thanks. Mr. Macedo, you're charged with failure to identify oneself, giving false fictitious information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Meg, the call number for that real quick.
2533-06.
On October 8th, 2024, officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle failed to stop at the stop sign. The traffic stop was an issue. Officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant said that he did not have a driver's license, ID, or passport. The defendant wrote Jesus Gutierrez, date of birth October 2nd, 1977, on a notepad provided by the officer. There was no TCIC return for the name. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle to have a different VIN from that on TCIC, and consented to a search of the motor vehicle. The officer found a Venezuelan passport with the defendant's photograph and the name Jairo Jose Macedo Barcenas, date of birth January 11, 1970. He stated he lied about the name to the officer and used a fake name because he was afraid and had never been stopped by officers while
And
in.
here comes the immigration twist. For non-citizens, one courtroom mistake can spiral into months, even years, of detention. That's a double penalty most people never think about. Would you risk it for one bad decision?
While in the country.
To Macedo Barcenas. Yeah, go. Thanks, Luis.
Hola, buenos días, me llamo Melinda. Disculpe la interrupción, mi colega quiero hacer que aquí. Después que contesté nada más en español.
Macedo Barcenas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Are you a United States citizen?
What?
Are you a United States citizen?
No, estadounidense?
No.
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Con permiso, sin permiso. Without permission.
I'm going to give you a warning now that if you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you. You will remain in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration, and you will sit in immigration custody until they do whatever they're going to do to you. That usually is a process that'll take about 6 to 9 months. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate any of the conditions that I put on you now. Because if you do, you could be spending a lot of time in custody. You do not have a Texas driver license, so you are not allowed to drive. I am making that a condition of your bond. The other condition I'm putting now is not to get in trouble or violate any laws. You were able, or I don't know if you went to jail, but from now on.
Here's where it gets intense. Immigration just entered the chat. For non-citizens, a case like this doesn't just risk jail time, it can spiral into months of immigration detention and potential deportation. This is the hidden cost many don't see coming. Would you risk driving without a license if it meant this kind of fallout?
You will not be given any more PR bonds. So your bonds will be sufficiently high that you're going to spend some time there. And if you're unlucky enough, immigration will put a detainer on you. We'll get no further warnings. Do you understand?
Sí, señor. ¿Me queda hablar? Sí, señor. Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
No driving whatsoever.
Me dejo hablar. Vale.
Okay. We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. First, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will get you to Victoria, where we will have you sign a reset, and we're going to get you out of here. These are the only conditions I'm putting on you now. Don't drive and don't get in trouble. When you come back, please have a lawyer. How was jail? Good. You pick up another case, you violate conditions. Next time it'll be double, triple, maybe quadruple, depending on what happens. I'm not asking much from you. I'm asking you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs and obey the law. And if you become a danger to society, there's only one place. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not asking you to split you out of here. Just be nice. It's not hard. So bond condition so this is Ochoa Lacan.
Yes, Judge.
I'm letting Fleischer know. So, he's in the jail, doctor? Yeah, page 29, guys. No drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis. Alex, can you run his license to see if it's eligible or not? Whatever happened with the investigation that they were doing, do you know? With the interference?
No, I checked them. They didn't file anything. Nothing new has been filed.
Alex, do we know anything about the investigation? Do we know any other further charges that are potentially going to be filed?
I don't see anything about the sexual assault investigation. And also, his license is alcohol, so it's not eligible.
I'm ordering you now not to drive. Your license has been suspended, probably due to the administrative license revocation hearing. So I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today, Mr. Ochoa. You're not allowed to drive. Do you understand? We had them check in the system now with DPS to see if it's eligible or not eligible, and it is not eligible.
You are correct.
You understand? So if you drove here, you may not drive home. You've got to find someone else. Do you understand? You violate these conditions. Like I said, you're going to be signing an affidavit. This is a promise you're making to me not to drive. And I'm telling you, there's no better way to see me really get upset to drive when there's a no driving affidavit. Do you understand? It is your responsibility to get with DPS to try to figure out how to get your license back. And if you do, and you get liability insurance, I'll take this off. But until that point, don't drive.
Here's the heart of the drama. The alleged threats. One side says it's not true. The other points to a pattern of behavior. Without the body cam footage, it's a classic courtroom stalemate. What do you think? Should judges lean on history or stick strictly to hard evidence?